Blake, it seemed like more so than we've seen for you in a long time that a lot of things didn't go quite the way you wanted. Was it just a matter of you're just a half step off on things that went wrong today? How would you diagnose kind of the things that went wrong for you?
I mean, really, just me personally, it was kind of one of those days. You have them sometimes, and you never, you don't want it on a game day, but I mean that's what happened. I suppose kind of just just out of sync in some way, or just a little more inaccurate, kind of missing passes I don't miss really.
When you're in the end of that fourth quarter and you're backed up with your own end zone, drive after drive, what's kind of the pressure for you as an offense to kind of get out of there and make something happen, at the very least kind of flip field position, if not score?
I mean, definitely. I mean, it's tough because I mean you're back there. You're kind of limited with the play calling because of where you are on the field, and then with some of the stuff they done on defense, they presented a great challenge, and I mean they put us in some bad situations in terms of just inside the 5 or inside the 10, and we had a long field to go, and I mean honestly they did a great job on defense.
Can you just take me through the safety because you have to play fake and you look downfield and all of a sudden everything's kind of flat around?
I mean, basically it was with the play we had called. They basically ran the perfect coverage. So kind of before the ball was down, I'm thinking, okay, this could be a problem. And then I mean, I probably should have stepped up. It's one of those situations where you're on the goal line, so you're kind of scared of getting around too much pressure. Yeah. And then I guess just lost track of where I was. And I mean, it's an unfortunate play, and it's kind of, I mean, it's embarrassing in a way, but I mean, it's kind of what happened.
You're kind of trying to face the official too. You might have thrown it beforehand. Did you have the sense of what the line was, or what the action?
I mean, I knew I was getting close, and I mean, I know there was some debate over whether it was a red line or a white line. I mean, obviously, I couldn't really tell. It's just some situations where I mean, obviously, you don't want to make that play. I mean, it's a bad play, but I mean,
is that a confusing thing when you're out there to know which line is technically the one that you're trying not to step on? Or?
I mean, I wasn't. I mean, I was looking down the field, so I wasn't really sure. I knew I was getting close, but I wasn't really sure, how close I was to the back line.
Was that something you've done ever before, even just in practice?
No, I've never done anything like that before.
Like it seems at certain times this year on the safety and a couple other points, it seems like you've stayed in there and taken more sacks than have you waited a little bit too long trying to find a big play in the box?
I mean, I think at times it's just trying to be. I mean, there's times last year where I would get out too soon and miss stuff. And I think there are times where I'm trying to sit in there and where I'm able to maybe make a throw that I would have made last year because I'm staying in there longer. But there's also times as well where I mean, like you said, I'm taking more sacks or just more contact on throws because of the time I'm sitting in the pocket.
They did as good a job as anybody has of slowing Tajay down. How much does that kind of disrupt your offense, given how often you guys look to him?
I mean, obviously, when our passing game basically runs through him, and I mean they did some weird stuff with their coverages to make it tough to get him the ball, and sometimes we have to find other guys, and when we can't find other guys, I wasn't as accurate as I needed to be, and that's basically what happened.
Whip said that he didn't think he did a good job calling the game tonight. It seemed after that first quarter that maybe you guys are going to be a little more balanced and kind of get some things going. Did you feel that it was kind of an uphill battle in terms of what you guys wanted to do and how they couldn't and how you didn't execute properly with kind of that?
I mean, really with the way their defense is set up, it eliminates a lot of stuff that's kind of at the core of our offense. Just the way they play defense. I mean, credit to them. I mean, they do a lot of different stuff. But I mean, also there's plays we had there that would have worked out, and I just was inaccurate or something happened, and kind of the same. It's really the thing of just all 11 guys being on the same page.
What are some of the things that you said that they took away that you kind of rely on normally?
I mean, it's just stuff in terms of just with off coverages and with safety alignment and where they were with their depth and just with certain route combinations we had. I mean, they definitely did a great job on defense.
How weird was it to look down the field and see like Taj more or less than this year?
They did a great job with. I mean, he's a great receiver, and it's almost like even despite of other teams have tried to do similar things, and he finds a way to get open. And we were saying all week they have 2 really good corners and they have 2 physical safeties, and they're doing a great job covering everybody really.
What can you say about the defense who gave you multiple attempts to come back in that game?
I mean, they did a great job. I mean, to kind of respond for last week and hold the offense to 13 points. I mean, it was. I mean, obviously, it's when offense has to hold up there, the end of the bargain, and we really did it. But I mean, I was in the locker room down there, we basically tell our guys, thanks for giving us opportunity. I mean, because they played their butts off and they're running the ball and physical and they're hitting, and that's the kind of thing you want to see out of defense.
Blake, there are teams with a game like this with the record that you have, that a loss like this would unravel a team. What do you guys have to do to stay on and to not let this game kind of steamroll into other things?
I mean, obviously, it's disappointing, and you never want to lose a game like that. But just sitting locking down there, we're talking about the chance we have against Toledo next week. I mean, they're a ranked team. We have a chance for them to come here and play us at Gillette. We have a great opportunity. It's a great challenge, but just for all the guys on our team, it's some of the last time we played football, and so it's like, why get discouraged? Why you have to be optimistic about the season. And Toledo's a great challenge, but I think it's more exciting for it.
Is Toledo a birdie opportunity after a bogey?
I think you could say that. Just with they're a great team, and you can't. They're a top 25 team, so you can't really. They definitely do a lot of things well, but it's a chance to come back.
Considering some of the success you guys had offensively last year, has it been frustrating this year to go through stretches like today where it's just not clicking?
Just with last year, there was times where we were really clicking and just won 40 points or whatever it was, and this year it's kind of we've had times where we falter a little bit, and a lot of that falls on me, as a quarterback and the guy who's in a pass-happy offense, and we're not doing as well. A lot of the responsibility falls on me, and I take responsibility for that. But it's basically tails off my game. That's kind of what led to a lot of problems on offense.
I was talking a little bit about how much the interception sort of protected him with confidence. You talked earlier about how important takeaways were. Did you see them at all?
You say my interception?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it was a bad read on the play, and when you throw an interception, kind of an unfortunate position on the field, and you kind of see their guys getting pumped up, and once again our defense kind of stepped up and held them to nothing in that, which kind of just was a wash there. But just in terms of giving them confidence, giving their teams confidence with my mistakes, you try to limit that. It was just a bad read, and just learn from those.
What difference could you see in this year's Penn State versus the team you beat last year at their house?
Really, they just with some of the stuff they did formationally, with how they lined up and the coverages they ran, it was a great challenge. And in the first half, we ran the ball pretty well, and then they were just moving guys around on the D line or linebackers on the front, and it kind of puts us in some awkward situations where it was almost like they knew the play in a way sometimes, but when it comes down to it, we have to execute, and once again, I wasn't as accurate when we had the chances.
It was just me, or it seemed like you guys ran the pistol a few more times than you usually would in other games today.
That's something that was kind of, in terms of just backing up from under center, just trying to get our base run plays, some of our play action stuff in there. It's kind of been as we've even over last year, kind of incorporate that more in our offense.
Is that for Kent State, or is that something that
I don't think there was anything very in particular with them. I think it was kind of just some of the stuff we're trying to do, just kind of moving the pocket and just the run game.
You're getting kind of stop after stop, and the offense isn't able to flip field position or score any points. What's kind of going through your guys' head when you're just kind of running in quicksand out there?
Nothing. That's our jobs, to have the offenses back. So, when times are tough for them, they're struggling a little bit, we got to pick it up. We got to make plays on defense, and we didn't make enough plays, obviously. So, it's on us.
On any given week, with kind of what you guys have done on offense over the past couple of years, you can say that you're going to hold a team offensively to 13 points. You feel pretty good coming out and saying, hey, that's a game that we're going to have?
Yeah, well, they have a great defense on the other side. And, our job as defense is to, match them, and they made more plays than our defense, and that's why they won. So, at the end of the day, as a defensive player, you got to take pride in what we do. And by taking pride, it means you got to step up and make more plays.
Jovan, does what happens from here define character for you guys? Being able to bounce back from this, is this a character test for you guys right now? Yeah,
I'm not worried about that at all. We got strong guys in that locker room. We've had tough losses here over the past years, and we've always bounced back. Kept spirits up in the locker room. So I'm not worried about that. We have resilient guys, and we should be good.
You felt like the expectations that you entered the season with high expectations, high goals. Do you think that's carried over? Has that affected you guys so far this year?
No. We just haven't clicked on all cylinders. The game, can't, come out on defense bad, offense balling one day, and then we come out do good. We gotta play complementary football. So it's on, as us as a team to just come together and do what we can do the best we can and you know, come out together at the same time playing great football.
Did you feel like when after Fro had thrown the pick and you guys got a stop and then held them to a field goal after halftime, did you feel like that was a chance where if you guys started to click a little offensively, you could maybe start to put some things together and pull away a little bit?
Like I said, I don't worry about the offensive side of the ball. I'm just worried about getting as many stops as we can. So, you know, they did their best. You know, obviously they come in every week and they do great things. So, you know, it was on us this time. You know, we had to step up, make more plays in the defense. They made one more play, and you know, they had the outcome.
What was
their quarterback hadn't played much coming in. He was able to keep some plays and drives alive with his feet. Had you seen enough of him to know that in game tape, or was that something that you're trying to adjust to what they did with him on the fly?
You know, we adjusted to it. He's a very elusive player, you know, and hats off to him. You know, he came in, played great. You know, we just had to contain him a little bit more. You know, I think we did at the end of the game. We did a little better job containing him. You know, we fixed that. So, you know, when you have good coverage in the secondary, you know, guys, like, you know, it's hard for them to find someone open, so he resorted to running. So as a defense, you know, I mean, that's a good thing to me. I think, you know, shows that, you know, we had good coverage in the secondary and that, you know, we just gotta get the guy to the ground.